Welcome to From the Resort podcast, the new podcast series. Tim Wilshire here, and as you probably know me from the Valley podcast, and I've done a few other podcast series and helping out the Valley Chamber of Commerce and Eastlands Homeschool. But where am I right now? I'm in Arthur's Point, which is I guess the outskirts of Queenstown. In the South Island in New Zealand. So what's been happening, and this is episode 1. So yeah, 1st of September 2020 was when I guess me and my lovely wife Fiona left Australia, left the Brisbane airport, and we went to fly on Air New Zealand straight from Brisbane to Auckland on that particular day. Worst part about the whole thing with the airport, not so much there's a lot of time now that you've got to line up, you've got to check everything and paperwork, exemptions, etc. 6 bags of luggage, but you get out into the airport and guess what? The only food that you can eat is out of a vending machine. So there's no hot food, nothing to buy to eat other than that, and no bar, nothing, so nowhere to drink. So you have to wait till we get on the plane finally, and then we can order some alcohol. So that was fun. We obviously did that. Finally arrived in Auckland after a few hours, and they put an announcement over saying, everybody on this particular flight, you will now be rerouted to Christchurch. So that was welcome news for us, because that's where we want to be. We want to be on the South Island, Christchurch. That's where the red car is going to be that we pick up. And obviously Queenstown is there as well. So one less thing to worry about. So after about 1:30 a.m. that night, got out of the check-in period into now what was quarantine. So Novotel at Christchurch is where we ended up going. And that was actually quite a nice hotel. And we were there for 2 weeks, and basically Fiona made sure that we had a keto strict diet, and for the most of the time they try to get that as right as they could. But even things like if you've got carrots, that's not keto. That, obviously that doesn't sort of bode well with all of that sort of stuff. So 3 meals a day, meat, fish, chicken, different ways, boiled eggs, more boiled eggs the next day, more boiled eggs and ham. So the food was fairly consistent. It was good that you could order in stuff from Countdown, which is a bit like Woolworths. You could order in some beer, which we ordered in quite a bit of beer. So we ordered all that. And also, obviously some snacks as well. So the food wasn't too bad. I mean, I could manage it. I had pretty much 2 weeks of work to do. I mean, I was working from the hotel. The Wi-Fi connections was a bit dicey at times. I did a couple of podcast sort of things in there as well. Zoomcasts. I did one with Andre Moore, as you may have seen on YouTube, as well as Aunt Hannah, who's actually written a book. Caught up with lots of mates over Zoom and that sort of thing, client meetings over Zoom. So Ben, Ten Win, my friend Matt, Damien, Foxy, Simo, Stewie Nickel. It was quite good to catch up with all these people over that time. Obviously watched half the series of Ozarks. I got up toward the end of season 2. Watched a lot of NBA, watched some UFC. There was certainly enough to keep everything sort of going there. So we finally got out after 2 weeks. That was the 15th of September. Didn't take as long to get out as it did to get in. And Auntie Shirley, which is Fiona's auntie, was able to pick us up, and picked us up in I'll go through some pictures that I've got here. I'll just find some of these pictures just to share with you guys as to the trip, etc. So let's just have a look at these pictures that we've got. So we've got the airport there. So we can zoom in on that one a bit. Zoom in. So let's just have a look. So there we are. And then after that, we've got the Novotel. That's a picture there from the Novotel. And then after that, after we got out for 2 weeks there, picked up the red car, and that was Fiona, very excited look on her face in relation to getting that car, so that was great. Next morning, which is Wednesday morning this week, we went and did the 6-hour drive, and basically Lake Tekapo, beautiful actual lake there, and just a lovely day, and just had to stop and take a picture of that. Beautiful. So once we arrived, you guys may have seen the walkthrough of the property, so I'm not going to show that, but there's a bit of a picture there from Gantley's pub, which is 300-metre walk from the place, and this is sort of outside Bullendale. Yeah, beautiful. That's what it looks like there, and I just walked up and down the street there, pub. And also what was good there was only 400-metre walk, and there's actually a serviced office. So because I didn't have the internet on, I was looking for obviously an internet connection to help me with work. So it's called The Hangar. It's really, really good, and it's obviously very, very affordable. So that's what you'll see in the background shortly as well, doing this from The Hangar on a Friday afternoon. So yeah, that's some pictures there from that. This is the sort of view in the morning, and sort of the picture taken out of one of our windows in our place. Just a lovely day. It was a lot better. It was actually quite rainy yesterday, so it's good that it was a bit clearer and a bit more picturesque today. Beautiful. And then there's one here from just the coffee in the fireplace. So yeah, so that was that, and here we are now. It's a Friday afternoon. It's been a nice week, the 18th of September. Looking forward to what activities I can get up to on the weekend. I could go up to the snow, could go up the gondola, luge, go into town. Lots of things we could do. So this is episode 1 of From the Resort podcast. What I'm hoping to do in the future is a combination of 2 things. I'm going to talk to some old friends back in Brisbane that want to connect, and we're going to do it this way. So it's from the resort, I guess, bringing Queenstown to Queensland. So that's going to be quite interesting. And also I'm going to get some local people here that would like to find out about their stories. Certainly Jim Bolt, the mayor, I'm going to try to get him on my podcast as well. Hope everyone's going well. This has been the first episode of From the Resort podcast. Have a safe weekend, and we'll be in touch again soon, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good one.